everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about everything you need to know for setting up your chicken run. Let's get into it. The first thing to consider when you're setting your chicken run up is where you're going to put it on your property. Now, you might not have the free choice to put it wherever you like, because depending on where you live, there might be regulations on how close that your chicken run can be to your house, to your neighbor's house, etc., etc. So make sure you find that out before you go ahead and put it in, if that's something you need to worry about. Where I've put my chicken run is along the back side of my property because I have no neighbors on that side, so I just don't have to worry about any of that. You might not have a location with no neighbors, so just figure out what works for you. I like to have it relatively close to my house so that I can keep an eye on my chickens, and I've picked the location because it already had some mature trees and shrubs in it. Because what is really, really important for your chicken flock is shade. They really suffer in the summertime heat, so giving them as much shade as possible is a great thing to do. And if you already have some trees and shrubs and bushes where you can put a chicken run, that is just the perfect outcome. The next thing to think about once you've picked where your chicken run is going to go is how are you keeping your chickens in the run and not everywhere in your whole yard. I mean, if you're me, you do have your chickens everywhere in your whole yard, but you might not be like me. So fencing. Fencing is a very important choice when you're setting your run up. I've gone with this extruded plastic mesh. Now, I did try some other things out before. I had some chicken wire fence when I very first started. That's quite hard to work with. I didn't love that. Then I went to another portable fence system, which is a nylon, sort of a soft fence. And that's what I've used for most of the time. It's pretty good, but the issue with it is small chickens can get through the mesh. They figure it out and they pop through the mesh, and then your chicken run fence isn't the best chicken run fence. If you've only got big adult chickens and that's all you need to keep in, then that kind of fence is perfectly fine. I like this extruded plastic mesh fence. My one is the Omlet fence, which is just, you can buy it most places. It's got its posts, it's easy to put in, so that's what I went with, but you can put it together yourself out of just stakes and fence. It's quite an easy solution. I haven't gone with a permanent fencing solution. You can look into doing that, but you want to be really sure before you do that your run is working really well, that it's in the right location, that you don't have anything happening that you didn't think about. So having a portable fencing solution, at least for 1 year, a whole 12-month period, lets you know that you definitely have your run in the right place before you commit more time and money to making it permanent. The next thing you have to think about, and this is really important, is what is the ground? What's going to cover the ground in your chicken run? When you first bring your chickens home and pop them in the run, it's fantastic. It doesn't matter. They've got grass or whatever is already there and they're super happy. But after about a month, they're going to have destroyed everything, and your run is then just going to be a pile of mud or dust and a lot of chicken poop. So you really need to think about what is your surface going to be in your chicken run. Now, I have my run set up half as a composting run, which you can check the video out on how I set up and operate that. And then this half here behind me, it's not where they spend as much time, so I just have straw that I just top up, and that is just covering the ground so there's not mud and disgustingness behind it. It doesn't really work as a composting run back here, but it definitely works really well as a composting run on the other side. And that is because to make a composting run work, you need lots of poop, and they don't spend as much time here as they do on the other side. They sleep on the other side, they poop the most on the other side, and that's where I have their food and water and things like that set up. So it's just about how much poop are you getting for the space that you're in will determine the kind of surface that you need and how much of it you're going to need to put down. And the final thing to think about is how you are presenting your food and water and oyster shell area for your chickens. So I like to just use the gravity-fed automatic watering systems. I haven't gone any fancier than that. You do want a system that's not just an open water container like a bowl, because chickens will just fill it up with lots of muck from all their scratching, and they will also tip it over and then have no water. So you need some sort of chicken waterer, but I just like the low-tech gravity-fed water system, which I keep elevated up just a wee bit on a pallet. And that is, they're singing their egg song right now. So I keep it up on a pallet, and that's just to stop them from scratching all their muck into it. And it's a great visual for me. I can walk by, I've got their water on the pallet, I've got their eggshells that I feed back to them on the pallet, and I've got their oyster shell. So with one quick glance, I can see they have all of those things that they need, and it's nice and close to my tap, so I can grab the water out, go and clean it, refill it, pop it back in. And that is really important, to have those things somewhere that's easy for you to get to, easy for the chickens to get to, and as close as possible to where you need to take it to refill them or clean them. Now, it is important to note that if you're living in an area with quite high predator pressures, this sort of system that I am using might not work for you. It might not be as secure as you need it to be, and that really depends on what you have in your environment. It might be fine to have a run just like this with very secure coops at nighttime, or you may need to go with a fully covered run if you have hawks or things like that that can daytime come and be interested in your chickens. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you know what is a safe run to set up for your chickens in your situation. And that's really all there is to setting up a fantastic run that your chickens will love. Thanks for watching.